So what if you could automate your entire workflow, some part of your business or operations that you hate, you want to make more efficient, you want to save money on, or maybe it's something that you think if you could do, it would actually increase revenue. And so what if you could do all that? You could automate that entire thing. You could incorporate ChatGPT or Claude or some other AI, and you could do all of it without a single line of code. That's exactly what GumLoop is for. This is a no-code automations platform that's changing how creators, teams, and businesses use AI. And so in this series, we're going to be covering what is GumLoop, how to use it. This is the basics course. If you want a more advanced course, check the links down below. You'll see some more advanced courses, and yeah, we're going to be able to go through. And I'm going to teach you all the basics about GumLoop, see what it is, how to get started, all that good stuff. So with that, let's dive right into it. So what exactly is GumLoop? So GumLoop is a drag and drop platform that lets you build powerful AI workflows. It can scrape data, it can process documents, it can trigger automations and connect tools like Google Sheets, Slack, or Notion, all in one visual editor. You can think of it like Zapier meets Open AI, but with way more flexibility and power. Whether you're a marketer, a founder, developer, an analyst, GumLoop helps you build custom automations that scale your work with zero code, just logic. And so why is this different? Why use this over Zapier or make.com or anything else? Think of this as something that was built with AI first in mind. So this is AI native by design. Every node can use a large language model. You can summarize, categorize, translate, and even reason over data using ChatGPT like models or other ones. All the best models are on here. It's got really structured logic and prompting, combining if-then logic and AI prompts, even like AI categorizers. So if it's not something like a specific value inside of a spreadsheet, it can take a large block of data and it can categorize that data, even though it's unstructured. It has powerful triggers, so anything from as an email comes in to you upload a document to Google Drive, anything like that, it's going to be able to be automatically triggered in the same way that Zapier does. It's got those same sorts of triggers. And then visual programming, right? So this is, you don't have to know how to code, you don't have to know any of that stuff. And even beyond that, some of the stuff that you're able to do within GumLoop is just insanely powerful. You're going to be able to just prompt it and create entirely new nodes. So what can you build? A couple different things that you can do is just like company scraping. So you can scrape data from different websites about companies and have it summarized by AI. You can auto-generate blog posts. You could classify support tickets. You can extract data from PDFs and put them into a CRM or into a spreadsheet. You could build custom AI tools. You could have it be watching your email, and it would, emails are coming in, it can categorize those emails to whether or not it needs to be responded to or something that can be ignored. So many different things. It can auto draft emails for you, all sorts of stuff. What are we going to be talking about in this basics series? In this basics series, we're going to be covering everything that you need to know to start using GumLoop like a pro. You're going to learn how to build your first flow. You're going to use AI nodes. You're going to automate tasks. And even we're going to create your own AI components. By the end of it, you'll be able to build powerful automations that save you hours and maybe even launch your own AI-powered tools. So if you're ready to learn how to build smarter and faster with the power of AI, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell. And join me in the next video where we're going to dive into some more of the basics. To get started, let's go ahead and just take a look at the dashboard here. As you log in and you open up one of the workflows, this is what the editor is going to look like. You can see this completely blank editor. So over the coming videos, we're going to be building something, and I just want to show you a couple of things I just want to show you a couple things that you should know about. So up here at the top, if you click this, it's going to take you home. and we'll get to what all these things is, but this add interface button up here allows you to create some sort of, basically think of this as like a website where you can send people, and would be the customer or user interface to activate this workflow. If this is a manual flow and you don't want to just give people this and you just say, hey, you can just go say this, we're analyzing a spreadsheet or something like that. You can just say, hey, go to this site. And this comes with like a little website. Essentially, you can input whatever, spreadsheet link you got, and it'll automatically trigger the workflow that's associated with it. So that's what this interface here does. So we'll go ahead and delete this for now. This down here, ask Gummy for help. You can sit there and talk to it. Hey, I want to analyze a spreadsheet. And it's going to give you recommendations of what you should be adding to your flow, all that different stuff. It's going to tell you which nodes you should be putting in here, all that sort of stuff. And you can do it right from the thing here, right from the chat. And so to exit out of this mode, it's up over here. You can either restart the chat or you can exit back to the main editor. Down here, you'll see new subflow or the flow that you're currently on. And so what this really is a nested view so that you can create subflows and you can pass information between the different flows, both down to a subflow and then back up to the main flow. And that'll make a little bit more sense as we get into some other modules in this series. But for now, just know that this is to navigate all the different flows and subflows within this main flow. This button here, real fast, is how you're going to add a node or an integration or something to your workflow. So if I need to, talk to HubSpot, I can do that all from here. Right, so we can find anything to do with HubSpot, all the different nodes that have been created, and we can even create a custom HubSpot node using AI, which is really cool. This will be covered in the more advanced feature set. And then over on the right side of the screen, we can obviously zoom in and out. These are just to kind of like view all the nodes. So you can kind of play around with these navigation things, and we'll play around with them as we actually start building stuff out. And then over here, we can add triggers. So to have a trigger, have a workflow automatically start based off some outside prompting, not the interface. So if you wanted it to automatically read every email as it was coming into your inbox, this is where you would have a trigger. Webhooks, if you set up a webhook and you want this to be called in some software or something like that, which will be covered in an advanced lesson, you would go ahead and you could interact with the webhooks through here. As you're going through and you're working on your thing, you're going to constantly be saving, and then run will allow you to actually test out as you're building and see if everything is working correctly. And this will use credits, which we'll get to here in just a moment. In this video, we'll cover credits. And then previous runs, this is where you're going to see anything that has happened in your flow. So if this is an automatic flow, or you're allowing clients to use this as a spreadsheet reader or something like that, whatever it is, or you're having, say you built out a flow for customer onboarding and you send them the link, they go to the link and they put in a bunch of information through that interface, you would see all of those previous runs in this window here. And if anything is currently going, you'd see it in the current run, obviously. And then down on the very bottom, you can go to your workspace and all that stuff, and you can scroll as well if you need to. All right, and take a look at credits. On the main page, you'll see all of your different workflows, and you'll be able to see things like credentials, which we'll cover credentials in a later video. Those basically allow you to get access to cheaper usage. So say you're pulling data from some website right now, or you're using something to like scrape company information and enrich it through, say, like Zoom Info. You could add the credentials of your personal Zoom Info account, and it would save you credits. And so down at the bottom, you'll see your current plan, and you'll see how many credits you have remaining out of your total amount. And these credits are going to be really important, and you'll see why as we kind of go through this. But basically, every workflow is going to take some amount of credits. The more AI, the more advanced the workflow is, the more credits it's going to take. And you'll kind of get a feel for how many they take. And yeah, I think that's going to be mostly it for the basics of the dashboard and stuff like that. You can get started with templates, but this is really the basics thing. Just wanted to show you the dashboard. In the next video, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start adding some of the basic nodes to our to a new flow, and we're going to start building out some sort of use case so that you can start learning. So I will see you on the next video.